having a sacrificial posture, sacrificing. So prayer and Bible reading, obedience and sacrifice. Have courage to make sacrifices for holiness before the Lord. Have the courage to make sacrifices to remain holy. Look at verses 13 through 17. What we see in these verses, what you'll see just by scanning those couple of verses, is a slew of people leaving the northern nation, right? They're leaving Israel and moving down to Judah, which is interesting because of how much wickedness we see happening in Judah. It's why are these people leaving Israel in order to move to Judah? Rehoboam's a wicked king. He's a wicked guy. Why would they want to go down and be a part of Judah with this wicked king? Because they're not moving there for him. They're moving there because Jerusalem is in Judah. And Jerusalem is where the temple is. And it's the only in the temple that they are able to pursue the Lord in right ordered worship. Their devotion to the Lord is what's making them move. In verse 15, we see Jeroboam, because he doesn't have the temple in his country, he actually sets up a faux temple. He actually brings in idols and makes his faux priests, and they start going through that ritual, and the people say, we'll have none of that. We're going to move down to Jerusalem to worship God. Think about this. Sometimes we just read over these words and they don't land on us. These are whole family groups moving and uprooting their families and moving out of the place that maybe their families have lived for generations. They've uprooted their entire family. They move away from their homes and away from their houses that they were raised in. They move away from their farmlands. They move away from the way that they're able to even survive. It's extremely costly for them. They move their kids from their schools. They change jobs. They're probably getting paid less. They're willing to sacrifice everything in their lives in order for them to have a life that is more in line with what it means to pursue the Lord in faithfulness. I think there's an invitation here for us this morning. How do you think the first listeners of this heard this instruction? Right? These are people who came back from the exile, right? And they're surrounded by nations, all these pagan nations that hate that they gather in the temple for worship. How do you think this put courage in them to continue to build the temple and to pursue right-ordered worship for the Lord again? It should have that same effect on us in this room. What is God calling you to sacrifice in order to pursue his face? What is God calling you to change or realign in order for you to pursue holiness now? Where is God calling you to move something or to change something or realign your schedule or your budget? Maybe the place you're working, maybe the place you're living, maybe the place your kids are going to school. I don't know what it means for you. I just know that this is what these people did, and here we are again. There's an invitation for us to make sacrifices in order to bring our lives better into alignment of worship to the Lord.